Everybody start moving into the arena stage because you're not going to want to miss this session. And good morning to everybody online. We are at day 3 of South Summit, so it's been a pretty intense week. And what a luxury we have this morning to kick off with this conversation. As you guys know, South Summit is all about tech, entrepreneurship, innovation, creativity, and how that impacts different sectors. And one sector which really has the power to transform the world, which is a sector we don't really know that well, is the whole world of music and entertainment. What a powerful way to connect with people at a global scale and actually spark change, right? I think music is so powerful to kind of share messages and transcend issues or politics or any of the stuff we don't want to get stuck into, to really spark change in the world. And this is why we have these 2 amazing guests here this morning, and this is why we're delighted to have them at South Summit. And as you guys know, this year we launched our South Summit Street Fest. So on Wednesday night, we were in Plaza Santa Ana with live music. On Thursday night, we were in Plaza de la Paja in pleno centro de Madrid with live music. And tonight, of course, is the grand finale. We have the South Summit Street Fest in Plaza de España from 7 p.m. tonight all the way to 11. And it's thanks to these ladies for making that happen. So we're finding ways to connect the world of music to the world of entrepreneurship. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So delighted to have you.
Thank you so much.
We have Sandra Garcia San Juan, who is the founder of Grupo Starlight. Everybody knows what Starlight is. She is an incredible entrepreneur.
Thank you.
It is mind-blowing the growth that you guys have had in a short space of time. I see that you were born in 2012, just like ourselves. And in 11 years, they have had 1.7 million guests coming from all over the world, in 11 editions, with names into Marbella, I mean, un sitio mejor imposible, into Marbella, people like Sting, Elton John, Rosalia, Enrique Iglesias, Julio Iglesias, todo el entremedio. Amazing, in this unique format. And for those of you that don't know it, because I know all of you do, we have a little video review to bring us to Starlight in Marbella to give us a little feel of what the action's really like.
This is the story. My story. A story of 10 years. 10 years of magic, of success, of artists, of glamour, of luxury, of fame, and above all, of emotion. A story of beginnings, a story of passion. It all began in a paradise, where the sun always shines, where everyone wants to go, where cultures coexist, and where luxury is part of everyday life. That's where I was born, that's where I was created, that's where I was discovered, and that's where it all started. A challenging beginning. A story of projects, of challenges, of struggle, of recognition, and above all, of excitement. I am Starlight. I have a past, a present, and especially a future. I'm music, I'm artist, I'm stars, I'm emotion.
Muy original, es muy especial, es muy mágico.
I'm moments, enjoyment, performance, luxury, brilliance, dreams and passions.
It's an experience.
I feel fantastic to be here at Starlight.
It's one of those places that I look forward to coming to.
Starlight! Starlight!
I am the most important boutique festival in the world.
Y se inventaron el Starlight Festival, o una forma de hacer conciertos distintos.
I am multicultural, aspirational, and most of all, unique. I am the time, the place, and the experience. I am what everyone is talking about, where people rise to heaven, and artists come down to earth. Millions millions have visited me, and thousands walk with me. I speak 70 languages, yet feel with only one heart. Can you imagine meeting me? Can you imagine living unforgettable experiences together?
A la gente de Starlight que ha creado uno de los mejores festivales de Europa, 1 millón de gracias.
Starlight Festival, we love you. God bless you.
I am Starlight. I will surpass your imagination.
Wow.
Thank you.
Brutal. Es
Thank
brutal. Sandra, enhorabuenísima.
Thank you.
And we go from the producer, from this mastermind who created this new format, and to give the artist the best possible platform and the audience the best possible experience. We move from the producer of that context to the artist. Jolene, thank you so much for being here. Jolene is a young artist from Finland with Latin roots that later you can tell us about. And she's representing a different category, I guess, a different kind of market segment, which is a new generation, a younger generation, born into and digitally native and kind of born into the social media platforms, which gives you direct access to your fans, which I think is so powerful and, of course, enabled by technology. So Jolene started her career with a pop group that were born on YouTube, multi-talented dancing, singing, and everything in between. Also participated in Survivor in Finland, and is today a unique individual artist, singer, producer, DJ, and social media influencer. So it's a different type of innovation and super, super effective. So to give you a look and feel of what she's about, can we get the video, please, of Jolene, and we'll see a little bit what she's all about. Wow. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's so fresh and unique. Thank you so much. Ladies, let's get to the conversation. I had to give you a decent intro because you're new faces to this audience. Sandra, I mean, you are an incredibly accomplished entrepreneur, so congratulations. How was the idea born for Starlight? I mean, it's such a unique location, such a unique experience. The ambition is mind-blowing. Did you start with that vision or did it snowball? Tell us a little about the beginning.
We actually start willing to do something different, something huge. And what is amazing is that we have been filming from the first day. So when we did the documentary about our story, we have images from the first time we went to the quarry, my husband and me, with the team, showing them like, listen, here we will have the parking, there will be the stage. It was really in very bad conditions, the whole space, that we have to clean it, we have to take 200 trunks of rubbish out of there. It was a vertedero, I don't know the word in English, but it was
a dump.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't think that you are able to do something huge unless you really think big. It's super important to think big. When you say you have to really look to the moon, to go to the stars, this is true. We have been very successful. We have had a lot of opportunities on the way and also a lot of obstacles and difficulties, but this was part of the way and makes us grow. And we wanted to focus in the experience more than just doing a concert. So we somehow reinvented the way of consuming live music. And we put a lot of technology into it to analyze the consumer, our clients, where they're coming from, which age they are, which type of music they like, what they like most, also what inspires them, what moves them. And now we really have a big knowledge about our clients and the people that come, and we prepare a lineup that fit all all kind of ages. It's very familiar, so you could have your grandparents, your sons. It's very unique in the way that you have 10 hours live music, non-stopping, and it's not just the concert, it's all around, because it's the concert in the auditorium, but then it's DJs, it's shows, it's performance, but then it's gastronomy. So all together makes this amazing experience, and this is why we have been so successful.
It's an incredible innovation. And just give us a little bit more detail on the technological aspect. I'm fascinated to hear that. Are you using big data there, or in customer profiling?
A lot of big data. I have to say, my husband is telecommunication engineer.
Awesome.
And at the same time, like computer system. He studied both careers at the same time. He's super smart. That's what I fell in love with him. He's the most smartest person I meet in my life. So he's all about numbers, technology, very focused into it, and he put all this knowledge from the first moment, and this made a big change. For example, this year, we have the most innovative technology for sound that has been invented in the world.
For sound.
Wow. And it will be tested in Starlight, and it will be launched. This sound system, it will be launched with U2 in Las Vegas in October, but it will be testing for 3 months in Starlight. That means in an auditorium for 3,500 people, you could have speakers almost for every person, so you heard everything in stereo. And imagine an artist want to throw a message specific to these people there, that only 3 people in the whole audience will listen. He can throw like a direct message, and only these people will listen in the whole auditorium. Imagine.
No.
It's very, very innovative, and it's immersive sound, so you really get into the sound. Nothing like this has been ever tested, right?
That's incredible. That's the definition of a technological breakthrough, right? And I think this is the opportunity with technology, is bringing and making the experience ever more intimate with the audience, with your fan, with your market, with your customer. So Yoelin, this is kind of, your day one appears to be, a direct channel with your fans. Like, what is that experience like? How have you leveraged technology to build your career, essentially?
Well, as you said, I'm young, and I've grown up in a world where technology has already been part of my life since a very young age, social media especially. And so it's always been very natural to me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people here don't really know who I am or how I got started. So I was part of this group called Now United, which is a pop group, but it's very confusing to everyone because it's not a typical pop group. There's 14 of us in the beginning, and each person was from a different country. And it was very based on social media. So me personally, I wasn't a singer, I was a dancer in the group. And we had singers and dancers, but everyone was equal and everyone did social media. So we would travel around the world, we would have people filming us all the time, cameras all the time, we would post videos on YouTube, there's a documentary of us, so there's all of this content going on, which allows the fans to feel like they're part of the experience, they're growing with us. And besides all the Now United channels, there's our own individual channels. So if a fan is specifically a fan of one of the members, they can follow them on social media and see their perspective of how the group is growing. Wow. So you're getting like content from each person in the group, from the group itself, So it's very involving, including, you know?
Yeah,
If you're a
inclusive.
fan, you get to really live the experience to the fullest with us. And yeah, since 2017, I've been posting on social media almost every day of my life, besides the 33 days that I was on Survivor, as you mentioned.
No phones there, no?
No phones there, which was very nice.
How did you survive that?
But even there, I was being filmed. So basically, for the last like 5-6 years of my life, I've been posting and filming my life on the internet, and it sounds kind of scary, but I think it's very exciting because then people really get to know me the way I am, and they get a very close look to my life, and I like that. I like oversharing.
Well, this is incredible because you seem to be flourishing in that context, right? And this is literally, you've managed to, wield this power of technology to help build your career and this relationship, I guess. And I think that is the most beautiful example of social media and technology, and well done on that. I compliment you for that. But how do you, have you had ups and downs? I have to ask you, because you know more than anybody here in terms of people's relationship with social media. Today there's a lot of criticisms, a lot of worries, people complaining about algorithms that maybe, especially kids and younger teenagers, are maybe getting the right or wrong content. What's your view on that? Because I find that technology it's so powerful that it can be as powerful for good as it is maybe as powerful for bad. So how do you balance that? Because you must have had challenges over all of those years, and it's such developmental years in your life. How did you manage that so maturely, by the looks of it?
It can be rough. It can be difficult because especially social media, people can create profiles where their name's not shown, their picture's not shown. They could be anyone, so they can also say things that maybe they wouldn't say if somebody knew who they are. So you have to have thick skin for sure. But I think. Anybody who's done social media for a while, they know this, and you kind of learn when you go. Sometimes you make mistakes, maybe you say things that you wish you wouldn't have said, and then you just have to live with it and learn from it and grow from it. But for me, I've been very lucky, and mostly my whole career, I've received so much love through social media. And I think it's also because I put out love. I am a very positive person. I like to encourage people to follow their dreams and show my mistakes and show my hard days. So it makes people feel comfortable, and they don't really come on my pages and hate on me because I'm doing better than them. They're like, oh, wow, okay, she's trying, so I want to try it too. It's a community,
That's awesome.
But yeah, definitely there is hard stuff on the internet, and it's not, people see all these numbers and everything, and they're like, oh, wow, everything's so good for you, but I think every day you have to get up and be like, okay, I need to build my career today. It's not like secured. You can't just stop. You have to keep going, keep building all the time, try new things, meet new people, get connections. It's an ongoing project. But I love a little challenge, so I enjoy it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And have you found technology useful in terms of supporting your creativity and how you're creating content or themes, or I don't know if you write your own songs and things like that, but you seem a really positive person. I think that really comes across, and when you look at your feed and your community, you can kind of see and feel that. But do you actually use technology then? Is that source of inspiration for you, or a creative enabler also?
All the time. Actually, I've always been a very creative person, and I've always loved video. And being able to put my creative ideas in some type of technological form so people could watch it or hear it or see it since a very young age I've always loved picking up cameras and filming everything I do. And the introduction that played right now, I edited that on my laptop because I didn't have an introduction video. So yeah, I do use a lot of technology in my everyday life.
Amazing, what an enabler. And Sandra, so that's huge plans for this year. I still can't believe Sandra's here. Like, Starlight is kicking off in a week, 10 days. So
I couldn't miss this. Is what you have done and what you have created with South Summit is unbelievable. It became very huge in very small time.
I appreciate that. Maria Benjumea, the founder, always knew how creative Spain was. I didn't know. I am here like 15, almost 20 years, so, you know, I've learned a lot along the way. But the creativity and the ambition here now is incredible, and it was almost an obvious opportunity to bring that to the world. So South Summit is not about like, oh, let's learn from everybody outside at all. It is about bringing Spanish, European, Southern Europe, Latin American talent and technology and innovation to the world. You know what I mean? And then bringing the best that the world has to offer here, locally and regionally, so we can make those deep connections and just share our experiences, because the reason we're here is to make connections. And we believe you will never do business if you don't have the connection, right? So we try and facilitate and accelerate the connections so that business will come out of that. And it's been an exciting ride, to be honest. So, but the raw material was here, you know what I mean? It just needed a little vitamin boost, you know, to power up and bring it to the world. So Sandra, I'm fascinated about the personalized experience at Starlight, right? So this sound system sounds incredible. What are your what are your future plans? I love that you say you were born with like a really ambitious vision. That has been realized. I mean, you have to accept and celebrate that, you know, but where are you guys going? What's next?
We have to reinvent ourselves every year. When you are leading a market, all the eyes are on you. And that's why it's very easy to copy. So you have people on the right, on the left, looking what you are doing, and copying is very, very easy. So unless you reinvent yourself and you create new things and you innovate, and every time you reconsider, and not take this in for granted, but reconsider. We have, for example, we are the only company that now maybe, I don't know if somebody else are doing dynamic prices, depending on the speed of selling, depending on the artist. So it's like the hotel business and the flights. Normally in concert you don't have that. So you can start selling much less to go higher, but the people that buy with long time, they can get the tickets. But this is more the technological and technical things, but in the sense of innovating. And for example, we are doing 4 restaurants this year, Japanese, Argentinian, Mexican, also caviar, and I mean we can have a burger. You can have in only 3,500 seats. You can have a burger or something very easy in a corner, or you can have caviar. You have oysters. So the whole combining everything, and it's like a plane. We all go to the same places, but with different experiences. If you fly business, if you have coach. And we try to put effort that all the senses, the eyes, what you see, the sound, what you hear, the testing, all the gastronomy, that every sense really experience and have impact. And every year we want to discover and to bring new things to our audience, because people can come 8 days during the summer, 10 days. And so if you don't innovate, people get bored every year. In the decorative, in the communication, we innovate every time in the way we put the festival together.
That's incredible. I don't know, I can't get my head around it, because we do South Summit for 3 days, it nearly kills us. And you have Starlight for 3 months.
Every day.
It's just incredible. But I guess, like at the consumer end, it's almost obvious, and then you understand the hard work at the background. But that's why it feels so fresh. It feels so fresh. I couldn't believe that Starlight was already like 10, 11 years old.
It's very hard to have 1,000 employees that when we do the recruitment, you have people queuing, like it looks like they want to participate in The Voice or something like that, because it's people queuing, like thousands of people to try to get these jobs, because this job makes you grow. It's like a master. And they are super excited of participating, but having 1,000 people to work in a project like that, putting them all together all at once, and making this work from day one is super hard.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I just can't believe how it's really evident from what you're sharing with us, how deeply you are embracing the technology, because to be able to, it's a really exclusive audience. It's not like a 50,000 person festival. So you're able to, with the use of technology is what I'm hearing, adapt those services, tastes, flavors, music choices, food, I guess, maybe budget, and adapt that offer on almost an individual basis is mind-blowing, because you need to kind of keep selling, and the dynamic pricing, to those each individuals, because you can't be like one ticket, one concert, fits all. No way. It's like you have to, maximize opportunity and improve experience for those 3,500 over the 3 months. So it's incredible how you've been able to kind of personalize that. So it's just wonderful to see how technology can help you on that level. And another thing I love about that offer, which kind of comes back to you, is the multicultural and the multi-generational aspect of that, because you're so smart on that one. Because if you have an exclusive product for 3,500 people, you run the risk that you have the same 3,500 people, the same kind of closed-in profile, but you've managed to extend that enormously through the multicultural music and gastronomy offer, and then also the multi-generational people going. And Yolene, you're doing something similar. So tell us about the kind of multicultural aspect that you embody as a person and now with your fans and your community.
Well, I'm 100% Finnish, but I speak Spanish like Mexican because I grew up, I lived 5 years actually in Spain when I was younger, and then I lived another 10 years in Mexico. So I spent my teenage young life, I'm still young, but yeah, teenage years in Mexico. So I have the way I think and the way I speak and the way I put myself out in the world is very Latin, I guess. Because Finnish people are very quiet and shy, and I'm very outgoing, and I don't care, and I want to meet everyone, and I want to go there and go there. So yeah, it's a very interesting clash of cultures that I have going on, and I think it's people also find it very, interesting, because it's either you hear my music first and then you see me and you're like, huh? Or you see me and then you hear my music and you're like, makes no sense.
It's awesome though. And do you think that's given you a competitive advantage or a unique offering to the market?
I guess so, yeah. I haven't met any Finnish Mexican singer yet.
That's awesome. And that's why you're a perfect fit at South Summit as well, with that Latin warmth and expressiveness, and creativity. And so do you have fan base both in Scandinavia and in Spain or Latin America?
I do. And from the group, because I was in this group with people from all around the world, I have fan base in a lot of different places, in Philippines, in South Arabia, in India, in Finland, Sweden, Mexico, Brazil. I have a huge fan base in Brazil. It's scattered everywhere. So it's very funny when I'm posting, because I need to think, okay, who's awake at this time? Which is the perfect time to post when I get most of the world awake at the same time?
That's hilarious. Oh my God, what an incredible opportunity. Folks, we're running out of time, so we're going to wrap it up there. I am so grateful that both of you made this trip. I mean, you're so busy, and it hasn't been easy to get here. We're delighted to have you at South Summit. Both first-timers. I have to confess, though, South Summit is a little bit like Hotel California, so you can check out, but you can never leave. Once you're part of the South Summit community, you're always part of the South Summit community. So we hope to see you back here again, either in Brazil or also in Brazil. Sandra, you're more than welcome anytime, 22nd of March, 2024. And of course, we'll be back here again next June, and we'd love for you guys to join us. So before we go, reminder, Yolene this evening in Plaza España from 7 p.m. So don't miss it. Thank you very much, ladies.